call, don't answer. It's rhetorical. Fox Bet has Auburn's Jabari Smith as the favorite. Then Duke star Paolo Banchero second, and Gonzaga's 7-foot phenom Chet Holmgren third. Broussard, I'll start with you. Do you think Chet should go #1 overall?
Look, Twan, I hope all the players succeed, but I hope that Chet Holmgren becomes a superstar. Because, 7 feet tall, can shoot the three. You see him handling in that clip. He carries it just like the rest of the guards out there, so he's got handled like a guard. He can block shots. Goodness. All right? He's got a lot to like about him, all right? And I think of the top 3 picks, Twan, he has the highest upside, but he also has the highest risk. And if I'm the Orlando Magic, I cannot afford to blow this. I think Jabari Smith is also going to be a star, or will be a star, at least. Paolo, I don't think has the upside of the other two, but he's going to be very good. And so I would go with Jabari Smith. 6'10", shoots the three-point tremendously, has a high motor, has athleticism, can defend. And again, if I'm Orlando, I can't blow this. So while I might look back in 5 years and say, okay, Jabari's great, Holmgren's better, I still don't think they regret taking Jabari Smith. So I would go with Jabari, not Chet at #1.
Well, Chris, I do agree with you, but I didn't like your confidence level when you said it and how you explained it, and picking Jabari Smith 1 over Chet. I didn't like that, but I'll help you out. I'm an SEC guy. I got an opportunity to watch Jabari Smith play this year a ton of times. Obviously, I follow that conference very closely with the University of Kentucky, my alma mater. But I think Jabari Smith is the one guy who's pro-ready right now, who can step in. And he fits into the Orlando Magic's team. If you really look at that roster and look at their team, they already got a Chet. They already got long, lengthy guys. When you think about Jonathan Isaac and Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter, they already got those guys on their roster. What they don't have is a Jabari Smith, a guy who can come in right away and score the basketball. He has a silky jump shot. He probably don't handle it as well as Chad, but he still is a guy that can get his own shot. He can defend. So he fits into what they got going on. And I think in the long run, Jabari Smith is going to be a great scorer in this league. I'm looking at a 20, 25-point score night in and night out. And they got a nice backcourt in Suggs and Cole Anthony. So he just fits into what Orlando Magic have going right now, and he'll be able to play for them right away and be an impact player.
Okay. Here's the thing. I do not want to play it safe with this pick. Anytime that the Magic have been interesting, they went out and got a superstar draft pick. They've played it safe with good players, okay players, fringe all-star players for most of this decade. When we talk about when the Magic were the Magic, it was Shaq, it was Dwight, it was Penny. It was guys that were stars, that had a high ceiling. So Broussard, T-Mac, I've read T-Mac, more of a Raptors thing. Yeah. But you're right. So here's the thing. I would swing for the fences. And I understand, Nick, that Chet is skinny. And I've read a dozen draft profiles, and it basically all comes down to this. I don't know, pretty skinny. But how does it play out? Like, tell me the last time, and this is something KOC mentioned, tell me the last time a guy in the league is just like, you know what? Granted, he can shoot, play defense, can handle, is competitive, and has chemistry with Jalen Suggs, who he won 3 Minnesota State championships with. But you know what? He's too skinny. It doesn't happen. It is not going to happen. People are worried about an issue that doesn't present itself in the modern NBA. So, yes, Chet is skinny, but he has everything else. He checks every other box that the Magic need. And I will end my point with this. And I said it earlier in the show, and I'm going to be more extreme on it now. Orlando Magic, I am the only one that talks about you. Flip through the dials and see who's talking about the Magic. Not the day before the draft. How about on a random day in January? It's this guy. Well, that's gone, my friend. You want to see some Magic? Here's your national stardom. Disappears It's gone. It's only me, and I'll be gone. I just saw the video of Zion yesterday at the Nike. It wasn't at the outlet. He was at the Nike campus working out. You don't think I'll switch over? Put all my support behind the Pelicans? I will. Don't test me. So Orlando Magic. So if draft Chet or regret it forever.
Well, here's the thing, and the Magic, people might say that's a hollow threat. However, first of all, we know Wilds will, switch up sides like this. And we also know this. The Magic do not have fans to burn. In the national media, it's Wilds and Kevin Clark. And Kevin Clark is a football and F1 writer. But he is literally the only other Magic fan that has a platform. Wilds actually talks basketball. They can't afford to lose him. And here's the thing for the Magic. And then I'll give my opinion on Chet. They have no excuse. If Chet ends up being the guy and they pass on him, it will be way worse than the majority of cases where a team passed on the guy. Because his teammate since he was 8 years old was your top 5 pick last year. Like, you have a chance to reunite him with his grade school teammate, high school teammate, college teammate. And the fact that they're not going to do it, it should be concerning. Now, it's not actually all that concerning because I don't know if the Magic are well run or not. But if they were well run, that would be a red flag. But, Antoine, I want Chet to succeed. I think the kid has great character. I know. Listen, I've read the stories, but also my son played high level travel AAU ball. And we can be honest here. Brew mentioned the race component of it. The tall, skinny white kid gets targeted at every AAU tournament from the time he's 10 years old until the time he goes to college. And Chet, from all accounts, not only handled that well, but conducted himself with grace and with competitive vigor. And he seems like he has great family. I want him to succeed. And the other race component Brew mentioned that is real. I love the NBA. It'd be good for the NBA to have a white American star again. It has been, since the 90s. It was John Stockton, and he wasn't exactly the most likable player in the league. So all those reasons. With that said, Antoine, I wouldn't draft Chet 1. I wouldn't draft him 2, and I wouldn't draft him 3. At some point, the upside would be enough I would do it. But I'd go Jabari, Paolo, Ivy. Because I am terrified of him being the skinniest player ever. Just like I was terrified of Kyler Murray being the shortest quarterback ever. And that to me is, I need proof of concept before I can believe in it. And you won't do this, but the folks who were like, Kevin Durant was really skinny. Guys, I like Chet. He's not Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant wasn't as skinny as him. And so, it is my entire concern about his frame. It is. And is it more concerning to me, Antoine, that according to his dad, himself, and his coaches, he works out. He eats a lot. That actually makes it more concerning because it's not he's a kid and he hasn't cared about it. It appears he has cared about it and his body won't put on the weight. I don't think that'll play in the NBA. And I certainly don't think it'll play as they're like, oh, he's going to be some monster shot blocker. I don't see it. I just don't see it at his body type. That's my concern.
I'm more concerned with not so much about him being able to play and being the number 1 pick. He doesn't fit with the Orlando Magic. And Wiles, if you watch the Magic, you support the Magic, you should know that he does not fit with them. They already got those type of guys on their roster already. They got long, athletic guys that can block shots and step out and shoot the 3. They got those type of guys. They do not have a guy that can put it in the basket at the wing spot that can really play. And Jabari Smith is that guy. He's a big-time scorer. He will be a guy that averages 20, 25 points in this league. He averaged 17 points a game in college. So he'll be a guy to step up when the floor gets bigger and more opportunities to come. He's a perfect fit for the Magic. It's not about picking them 1. He just doesn't fit in with their team. So you got to pick somebody that can come in and play right away and help the core that you already got in place.
Well, look, I'm going to support Wiles. I'm not going to hitch my wagon to his like Nick often does, but I am going to support him. Twan, that's the type of thinking that made the Portland Trailblazers take Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. And I'm obviously not going to be Michael Jordan, but I'm just saying, if Chet Holmgren is a superstar, like let's say best case scenario, he becomes a legitimate superstar.